Make some noise at the Untitled open mic here at Dragonfly. Wow. Y'all can be anywhere on the Wednesday, but you are here. You know, we like, what's the saying though? May shower bring April flowers. April showers. There we go. Look at that. We're colonists. Yep. There we go. Yo, like we said, we got to start off the April right with a beautiful open mic. We do two. We do two open mics every month. I know a lot of y'all are amped up. We're excited too. We do this every first and third Wednesday. This has been going on for 18 years. Can I get some stats for 18? Oh, that's impressive. That is impressive. We can vote. I can't wait for us to celebrate being able to rent out a car. We're getting there. All the future trips for the Low Poetry Wheel. But yeah, my name is Ricky. He, him. I'm one of your co-hosts for the evening. So what we like to do is we have this open mic where we open up the space for our lovely homies, community members to have a platform to share stories, to tell poetry, to do songs, to share art, and that's so important, you know. We've been doing it for so long; it's been a transformative space, and it's really great to see all the wonderful folks that has moved in and out and traveled with the Untitled Open Mic, having a space that feels multi-generational, like to be a part of. So shout out to all the folks who have been showing up. If it's your first time, thank you, welcome. You're part of this. You're part of this cult now. Okay. All right. So shout out to that. I'll charge you a membership fee, which will donate to the little high school poetry club. All right. That'll be nice. Okay. Okay. We love that. Make some noise for LHS in the building. All right. I mean, we have some talented, creative, loving young people in the building. They just happen to be a part of a three-peat. If you're not familiar with that, this lovely group of people happen to take the trophy home for Right Here, Right Now, Speak Out Youth Poetry Festival in Boston this past weekend. So we're going to have them. They're going to be our feature. Really excited. I'm going to do some quick housekeeping. We're going to jump straight to the open mic, and then you'll be here to celebrate and witness some incredible stories from our lovely young poets. So yeah, this open mic here. If you sign up, we have about 3 to 5 minutes to share. We don't go in any particular order, but we'll let y'all know who's on deck and who's up next. You know, we're here in this lovely venue. I want to do another shout out to the homies at Dragonfly Cafe. Can we make some noise for those folks here? Yes. Oh my goodness. They've opened up the space and helped make Untitled Open Mic here as our new home. Support the venue. Grab some food, grab some drinks. I know Rick have already made a lovely order. I'm surprised. It's going to be a good time. So if you have any, you know, if you want to get cozy, definitely grab some food home as well. They're sweet. They take care of us, so we want to take care of them as well. Part of taking care of each other is this is our home for the evening, okay? And home, it's a complex space, all right? But we want it to be a space that can hold each other, you know, a supportive, loving, and caring, creative space, all right? With that, it's not just the hosts and the organizers that wants to hold those values and that accountability. We invite all of y'all, because you're all not only guests in this home, you are caretakers of this home as well. So we encourage y'all to be able to help create and curate this space to be the space you want to be a part of. Can I get a yeah? Yeah. Amazing. With that being said, this is ideally a brave space. You'll be hearing stories that might be very heavy in nature topics, but also can be pretty lighthearted. So there's a range of stuff there. With that, if you are sharing on this open mic tonight and you feel like your work is talking about sensitive topics or strong topics, we encourage you to do a content warning. So, hey, I'm going to be actually doing a story about X, Y, and Z. This is for the audience, members of the audience. Do what you gotta do. Take care of yourself, all right? Feel free to move in and out of the space freely. We also just want y'all to be mindful of any sort of like banter or like side conversations because we love dialogue, but when it's folks on a mic, more considerate to that, all right? It takes a lot to show up and be on the stage. So all we can do is give our love and attention and support. That'd be wonderful. Can I get yeah for that? Yeah. Lovely, lovely. With that, you might want to connect with folks. We hope this can be a place for you to connect, build with other community members, artists. But just be mindful of that. Just check in with folks, practice emotional and physical boundaries. Sometimes people don't want to necessarily check in afterwards. So just get consent, connect with people, be respectful. That's important, all right? Lovely, lovely. So, boom, that's housekeeping. Take care of yourself. Make sure your phone's on quiet. There's bathrooms on this floor and downstairs. You need the key or you want to talk to the homies at the venue. They'll be help you find bathrooms. If you share something on this open mic tonight, we might have something that's like, we call that new shit. New shit. Maybe dusty, you want to kind of bring it back from the archives. You have old shit. Old shit. And then you have all the shit in between. In between shit. So you say whatever shit, we'll say whatever shit. Okay, cool. If this is your first time on this open mic, let us know. We like to celebrate you, okay? Nikolai is not rocking with us tonight. They miss y'all incredibly. If it's your second time, also let us know. All right, cool. All right. This event is being streamed. We want to be able to remember and be, reminisce on the good times. We'll take some photos. If you don't want to be photographed, just let us know on the mic. We won't take any cute photos of you. Your loss is okay. I'm gonna look over to our lovely co-host. Am I missing some things? Well, not. We'll probably take care of it. Yeah. Are y'all ready for an open mic? All right. With that on deck, we have the homie Neil. We miss you, Neil. Neil, you're on deck. Okay. But to warm up our new stage, we got some new equipment. We got some stuff going on. We're fancy. This is a night to be fancy. Okay. Welcoming one of our co-organizers to break the ice. Fuck ice. Make it go for Rico!
Hello. I got some short shit for you guys tonight. Short shit! My bones say, write the fucking poem. I hope for another impractical thing. Everyone finds happiness when they hope, until it makes you sick. The way that the heads-up display on my meat suit has had the check engine light on. The dishwasher reminding me how it feels to have a clean start. Identities become hanging silhouettes. If someone did not bear witness to my life, did it ever happen? There is no rest, no stopping. And I was so good at it. Let me be part of the solution, not the precipitant. Stop talking, start listening. There is a different ember burning in the air tonight. I know it's more appealing to bleed out on stage. The giving and receiving of pleasure is a need. It is the only thing that can save me. Be a conduit for a flood of voices. Let me discover the world we can make.
Thank you. Make some noise for homie Rico one more time. What's going on, everybody? I am Mike. He, him, they, them. This is my first open mic back in a little bit. I had a little sabbatical because mental health matters. So, snap it up for mental health. Something my dear friend Ricky forgot to mention is that we do like reactions here. So, just kind of go over a couple things. If you hear a poem that you really like, you want to snap it up for the poem. So, can everybody snap? If you can't snap, that's fine. Just move your fingers like this. It looks cool. If you find a line that you really like, maybe it tastes like a delicious dish from here at Dragonfly Cafe. So maybe you want to say like, it's a awesome, cool. I think that's all you missed. So I've covered your bases. With that in mind, we're just gonna get right into it. My friend Robin, you are gonna be on deck. But up next, this next poet is a poet. Let's give a hand for Neil.
Welcome back, Neil. Hello.
How's this?
Yeah, sounds
Am
great.
I like throwing the microphone?
No,
Is it good? Okay. So is it okay if instead of some poetry shit, I do some story shit?
Yeah,
Do whatever
35
you
minutes.
want.
Dude.
All right. This is some old shit.
Old shit?
I used to do this one back at No. 5 a lot. Rest in peace. And this is one of my favorite short stories that I ever wrote. So before we get into it, just a quick warning for strong language. The name of this the name of this flash fiction is called "Some Lab Rat Bitch Totaled My Ride." The race was like any other. The Stasi were paid off, the mob was running it, and we had the night to ourselves. But I guess the rain was the first sign that something was off. But the need for speed, as the Americans so aptly called it, or my took over any doubt that I had in my mind. Synth music blared. Don't you want me, baby? People were dressed in leather jackets and ripped acid wash jeans, their quiet rebellion as they stood by their heavily modified Eastern Bloc cars with loud exhaust, tilted tires, spoilers, and bright as shit xenon lights. People talked amongst themselves. I was too busy doing last-minute checks on my ride until a shout ahead demanded our attention. The race across East Berlin was about to start. All of us amateur racers jump in our cars, and the starter was holding a Nagant revolver with a single blank inside of it. His damn ring could blind you when it reflected off the headlights. As the cars rev up their engines, he fires. The rain on my windshield flew off as quickly as they appeared. I was ahead. I was gonna win. But then, when I turned into where the flares of victory were blaring, and my tires skidded across that wet pavement, I saw her. I could only make out some hospital gown, and her hair was almost white blonde. In the middle of the rain, this fucking lunatic stands in the middle of the road, and I think, Yuri, you fucked up. You're going to splatter her. But she looks at me and raises her hand like she's some fucking crossing guard. Like some telekinetic straight out of a Western comic, my 1,300 kilogram beast gets lifted like a toy I'd give my son and flung into some bar on the other side of the road. I black out and everything is drowned by screeching tiles. Someone else got the prize. My son would be hungry again. There were two terrifying events that night. My car being totaled and seeing the mobsters that paid off the Stasi be my first visitors in the hospital. Don't worry, Mr. Antonov, he said, placing that goddamn golden ringed hand on my bed. My heartbeat meter was going crazy like it was a goddamn snitch, which it was. It's all paid for, if you do something for us. He gave me a crooked smile. When reporters came from West Berlin, I told them nothing. Shout out to Neil. Thank you, Neil. Neil, this is the first time you've read in a long time, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I've been unfaithful.
well, you know what? Because it has been your first time in a long time, we're going to give you a Nick King back. Can we do that, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nick King back.
Woo. Love you. All right. On deck is the homie Kayla. But up next, it is not a bird. It's not a plane. It's Robin. So give a hand for
Got it? Okay, you don't know it, but I'm a homie too. I live there. So,
Hello, neighbor.
howdy. All right, this one's called The Talk, and I guess I have to give you a bit of a warning. There's some, I guess, implicit racial issue in here. It gets there. All right, when I was 16 and starting to drive, the instructions were, if you get pulled over, give the policeman your license and registration. I already knew not to talk back. In theory, I knew what to do when I saw blue lights whirling behind me. I'd turn on my blinker, I'd slow the car to the side carefully. I'd turn off the engine and wait, and wait. Looking in the rearview mirror, I wondered what would happen next. I'd grown up hearing, the policeman is your friend, and laws are for our own protection. I knew better than to talk back. The next year, I learned more useful skills for being pulled over. One of my bad friends, who joined the Navy to avoid prison, told me, when you get pulled over, turn the radio off, open your window, put your hands on the steering wheel where the cop can see them. I already knew not to talk back. I knew intuitively this was to make the cop comfortable, so he would know he wasn't walking into a dangerous situation. I've added to my police litany as an adult. I get my license and registration out before the cop gets to my window. He doesn't have to wonder what I'm reaching for in the glove compartment. I already know not to talk back. I have 2 sons. They are old. They are new drivers. I tell them, do not drive drunk, do not drive high, do not get into a car with a driver who is drunk or high. If you're pulled over, turn off the radio. Get your driver's license and registration out. Open your window for the cop so he doesn't have to ask. Keep your hands on the wheel where he can see them. Answer his questions. Do not give any additional information. Do not talk back. I hope they know not to talk back. My friend's sons are not white. They are new drivers. She tells them, if you get pulled over, take down your hood. Be very polite. Answer any question the policeman has. Keep your hands on the steering wheel where he can see them. Do not ask questions. Get your license and registration with one hand when the officer asks. She tells them, do not get out of the car unless you're asked to. Do not run. More than anything, do not run. Never, never, never run. I imagine her kids being shot while running away because they're afraid. I hope they know not to talk back.
Thank you. I know you said you were a homie, Robin. Have you read with us before?
What?
Have you read with us before?
No, I've never been.
This is your first time. So you guys know what that means. On the count of 3, we're going to say, please come back. Can we do that, audience?
Yes.
All right, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Please come back.
Okay, I will.
Before we do go forward, just so you know, too, the microphone does move. It can go all kinds of directions. It can go all kinds of angles. They're new, so don't fuck them up, but you new shit. Don't fuck them up, but just, adjust accordingly. Cool. On deck, we're going to do the homie Nelly. But up next, this homie helped design the dresses for the princesses in the new Mario movie. So let's give a hand and a round of applause for the homie kid, everybody.
It's been a minute since I've been on the mic, so all my shit is old shit.
Oh, shit.
I stare at this maple tree in my backyard. An ombre palette of clementines and Novembers, all aged, and sugared, and just a little bit crooked. And I can't help but wonder If the branches feel empty and rootless, holding a tire swing for a child that may never come. If the grass aches to be crushed beneath little feet, or if the leaves fall tired, waiting to shade something more than their own shadow. My age is red and stretch mark rings. Only when I count them, I find all the years you didn't live. All the times I stretched to make room for you, only to find a pink slip between my legs, bleeding the words, not yet. All that promise carved into my skin, the same way your father and I carved our initials into the bark. All those times I was almost a mother. Sometimes I am angry. How does 9 months turn into 3 years? How does my body become a home for someone else when it has never felt like a home to me? I am bigger than these bones. Too much song for this tongue, too much sun for this skin, this hollow husk that won't let me touch the sky and the dirt at the same time, shedding samara seeds into a grove of almosts. I wonder if seeds choose to plant themselves in the ground, or if they just tumble helplessly toward a new life. If there's a heartbeat in the earth waiting for them. What if my heart isn't loud enough for them to stay? And if they could choose, then who would want to stay with me? What I mean to say is, sometimes I imagine myself the tree, a hopeful thing on a fragile skeleton, reaching, bones creaking when the wind blows through my empty nest, so full of want that it hurts. And I wonder how to grieve for someone who was never even here.
I love when a homie comes back and hits it out the park with a good classic like Kayla. So thank you, Kayla, for coming back. We missed you. Let's give one more round of applause for Kayla. Thank you. And before we do decide who's next, Kayla is helping organize a fundraiser for the writers retreat that's coming up in a little bit. We're gonna have more information, and I mean, you can always, I'm sure, if you talk to Kayla, on deck. On deck now. This homie works in the factory that supplies the power-ups for the Mario Brothers. And puts them in the little boxes and puts the spring to spring them up and do all that kind of jazz. So let's give a shout out for the homie Nelly, everybody. Cool, clap until Nelly gets to the stage.
No, that was for me. This is my first time performing, so I'm just finding my voice. So thank you. All right. When I turned 12, a spider bit my hand. A bright red ring, 2 dots that sting, high fever and swollen glands. I lingered between spaces. I wondered, would my family miss me? A dowry gone, a child lost. How selfish it is to break free. Spring is near, frost has cleared, flowers. It's been 3 months of silent. My gown was woven ago. I played dress up just for fun. New shoes that are too big to fill, caught in a web that has been spun. I'm sorry. The time is near. A man appears. His beard is silky gray. He closes in. I see his grin. Conviction he portrays. His face is a map of vanished oceans. His eyes black dots. His stare a semicolon. The edges of his mouth curve as if smiling in parentheses. So eager his demeanor, a dream to part my Red Sea. Words are said, songs are sung, breath is taken from my lungs. The veil is lifted, I see the truth of what was traded for my youth. How I wish I was still 12. I'd do what was forbidden. A black widow to comfort me, a veil to keep me hidden.
So you said it was your first time performing. Is it your first time performing with us or in general? Ever. Thank you. So you were great. With that being said, audience, I think you know what we have to give now. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Please come back. Thank you, Nelly. Thank you so much. Cool. We're trucking through this open mic list. And while we are, let's one more time just give a big round of applause for LHS, who's going to be our main act today. We're excited to hear from them. We're excited to see how these kids have continued to just impress everybody in the community here. It's insane how good they are. With that in mind, on deck, we're going to have the homie Nick. But up next, this homie, at one point in his life, retired to a quiet Yoshi farm out in the Highlands, where he farmed several Yoshis and collected milk from them and eggs. So let's give a round of applause for Mackenzie.
What's up, y'all? How we doing today? Awesome. It was mentioned a little bit ago, but Kayla, myself, and Kes, we are organizing a fundraiser for the Mill City Retreat. If you don't know what the Mill City Writers Retreat is, it is a 3-day poetry retreat dedicated to Mill City area poets who want to learn from each other, really hone their craft, and just be in community. It started in 2024. We're bringing it back for 2026. We've been working tirelessly for months and months and months, putting together all sorts of events, trying to make this retreat as accessible as possible. And the fundraiser is part of that larger initiative. The fundraiser is next Friday at Western Ave Studios at 6:30 p.m. Check out Mill City Writers Retreat on IG if you want more information, or you can find me and Kayla will be loafing around, vibing with y'all. So if you have any questions about the retreat, how to apply when applications do drop, feel free to reach out to us. All right, sound good? Awesome. All right, outside of that, because I'd be staying busy, outside of planning a beautiful retreat that I'm excited about, I also have a poetry book coming out. Yeah, so Superstition coming out on Yes Yes Books. Pre-order the books. And it comes out in June. So I'm gonna read a poem from this collection, and then I'm gonna run off the stage and chill out. Because I'm super excited for our features tonight. They're a talented group of young folks, and it's been a joy to be in community with them and watch them flourish. All right, so this is the book is about Haitian superstitions. This is a poem that's about a Haitian superstition, but not superstition. If you go to your child's funeral, you will cause the death of your other child. I waited for you at Kenny's wake, the church slowly filling with mourners dressed in white, the last of the evaporated milk dripping into a mixture of cremas. When you arrived, I saw only a specter stealing your muscle, your legs a cathedral cursed by dystrophy. I wondered, where is she? The auntie who chain-smoked menthols out of her 95 Dodge Caravan. The perpetual party whose music could be heard 3 houses down. The hoarder who owned an orphanage of faulty machines, each one with an IOU for fixing. The godmother who adored me, and despite an acidic sisterhood and her rum-soaked marriage still chose love from afar, holding memories like mementos, even the ones crafted with pyrite. And I think you taught me to be broken doesn't mean without worth. I came to visit once after it rained. Your house was clean, no pet projects or cracked trinkets, only a woman and a disease without a repair guide, a Paloma longing for a crib, an illness I wish the storm could carry away. And I wanted to say, I'm still here if it means anything. I'm still here if it counts. Thank you.
Clap it up for everybody. Mr. Published. Look at him. He can't stop cheesing. I love it. Thank you, Mackenzie. And thank you for coming back. We love you, man. Advance copies of Mackenzie's book sold out? God damn, somebody bought one. Show me bought one. Cool. No, you gotta put money in the author's pocket, man. All right, cool. On deck, we got our mid-roll announcements. We're gonna go through some advertisements. We gotta pay the bills. But up next, this homie at one point in time tried to take over the Mushroom Kingdom with a army of toads and failed. So let's give a hand for Nick, everybody.
Before I start, content or abuse. This is titled Muscle Memory. Every boy learns to fight from his father's fist. Through bruised knuckles and broken jaws, you carved my hands so they resemble yours, holding all your muscle memory. I never knew your father, yet I feel his leathery hands on your earthly body, and I feel ashamed, as I am the man that hurt you, and I am your brittle bones, and I am the boy you hurt. I see our ancestors in a line, like dominoes held up only by the hands of our neighbors. Maybe it's mercy that I can never love a woman. Queer claws can never build another body. No boy will ever call me father, so I can let go of mine and watch the dominoes fall.
Hey guys. Hello. My name's Connor. Him. We are going to be doing some quick mid-roll announcements, then our little working section, and then our amazing features tonight. Give another hand for Lowell High School. Yes. And on the theme of the Lowell High School Poetry Club and Slam team, there is a flyer up by our Welcome Center by all those books with a QR code on it for a fundraiser for them so they can attend the Brave New Voices Youth Poetry Festival. So please check that out. It should be a form right up there. But now, who are we? We are the Lowell Poetry Wheel. And we are a very wobbly wheel because we only have 3 spokes. But they are 3 very important spokes. We have the Untitled Open Mic, which we are at right here, right now. Then we have Mill City Speaks, which is our poetry slam team. And then we have Freeverse, which is our youth poetry program. And one of the amazing things about attending one of our events is that we don't charge any cover fees. And this also means that we're broke as hell. We operate only on grants and donations. So, yeah, proudly poor. But there was a tradition started by the late and great Dr. Douglas Bishop. And on every committal announcement, he would take off his hat and he would pass it around and ask for any spare change that you might have. If you don't have any spare change, some good vibes. Put some good vibes in the hat. If you don't want to put good vibes, then just keep passing it along, you know? I will say, though, when you do have any extra money to spare, please make sure you do tip the amazing staff at Dragonfly Cafe first, and then if you have anything left, we really, really, really appreciate it. This wonderful hat here, was Rickov's grandfather's. He generously gives us permission to use that in honor of Dougie to keep this tradition going. And just so everyone knows, for this specific open mic, all the money in that hat will be going towards the Poetry Club fundraiser.
Yeah. That's good.
So what else? Keep in mind that the kitchen does do last calls for food at 8 o'clock, correct? And then 8:30 for bar, right? Okay. Make sure you do, like, in addition to the QR code up by the front, take a look at our community library too. We have some amazing books of poetry there. Just get inspired by to read. Our email sign-up list is there as well. Don't forget to get on that if you're not already on that. Visit our website, lowpoetry.com. And I always mix that up. And then don't forget to give us a follow on Instagram, Low Poetry Wheel on Instagram. I think that's everything. Upcoming events, yes, of course. Later this month, on the 15th of April, we're gonna have another amazing event here. It's gonna be Middlesex Community College MCC Student Night here. And you know, I might be featured. So, you know, stay tuned for that. I think that.
You know about it?
Yeah. Okay. And now we're gonna go on to the working section, right? Or do we have? We have a little more on the open mic. We're going to the open mic, and then we're gonna go to the working section. Then we got the amazing slam. So thanks, guys. Come back up here.
Thank you, Connor. What we were trying to mention is that there is a festival at UNH in a couple weeks, Yas Fest. Is the 17th and 18th. Yes, Rico? Yes. There's going to be a whole bunch of workshops. I know there's a 4x4 slam that I think it's a 4x4 that we are competing in. So come through, UNH up in Durham. Good times. Awesome. So with that, I'm going to call a homie just straight. I was going to say raw dog, but you know what? It's already out there. There it is. So we'll say on deck is going to be the homie Megan. But up next, this homie helped build the throne for Bowser in his last castle that was ultimately destroyed. So let's give a round of applause for Evolution. Clap it to the homie who gets to the stage. I got so good, guys.
Thanks, Rick. Yeah.
Okay. I've done this poem a few times in this venue, but this time the person that the poem's about is here. So, all right. So, okay. This is a love poem, and oh gosh, sorry.
You got it.
Okay, sorry guys, I'm gonna start over. Okay, so this is a love poem. And I know it's not as appealing as bleeding out on stage as we look for beauty and stories that break into pieces of me. Platforms for PSAs, layered trigger warnings, and honoring stories our minds can't escape from. Preaching to the choir because faith is only felt through music. But what about love? My love showed me how to harmonize instead of staying in the melody of my own trauma. Baby, we sang along the oceans. I identify a sea full of melancholy with the waves crashing, falling so deep in the trenches I can't reach my bottom. Way. And I spread so wide I touch everything I love. The water makes the ink bleed off the labels we can no longer read, turning those letters into sound. Oxygen becomes more valuable underwater. You never know if that last breath was a cry for help or a song for the choir. I never learned how to sing, because the screams of my queerness left me tone deaf. You found me when I was well hidden. Everyone loves a sensitive poet until you hear how they sing, how they can leave the whole room broken. A habit that follows me, but I promise this time is not meant to leave lumps down your throat. This is a love poem. It clears out your wind, a breath of fresh air that clears out your windpipes. A love that follows you 10 hours across state lines because you wanted to show me what it felt like to run towards something instead of away from someone. You gave me an anthem, the beating of my chest. Your patience to see my smile come back. How you turn the troubles into clefs, talking to me in a perfect pitch. You taught me how to follow you along on the staff. No longer paralyzed to a past that pulled me into a baritone. The thing about the word acquire. You must be willing to learn in layered meaning. The songs you set touch me underneath the skin, shortening our distance. But when I wanted to sing back, I couldn't sight read enough to get to that bridge you built. I thought I was tone deaf again, until I learned about colors, and all the notes stopped looking like ocean blue. I started to hear music. I heard the choir when I stopped preaching to it. I opened my eyes to see a world of color, all singing the same song, just in different tones. Because a broken poet forgets it hurts, comes from having too much love. Baby, I started this as a love poem. This is only a sonata. So I'm learning to orchestrate, because I'm learning to orchestrate love into my whole symphony.
We're so happy to have you up here nowadays. Thank you for moving here. Thank you for being here with us. Virginia can suck it. We got her now. Cool. All right, guys, we're almost done the open mic, but we got a wait list.
Don't we have a feature coming?
We do have a feature, and you know what that feature is? It's LHS. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So on deck, last for the official open mic, it's gonna be the homie Teddy. But up next, this homie is a stand-in for Princess Peach. Let's give it up for the homie Megan.
Shout out to Lowell Poetry High. They did amazing at the Right Here, Right Now Speak Loud Festival. I'm so proud of y'all and was able to witness that. I just want everyone here to know if you weren't there, you missed a show because they put on a heck of a show. So love you guys. This is called Eat the Stars. Stories have been charted out in history books, retelling the tales of bravery and honor, having galaxies named after them, and I wonder, did they eat the stars and expect for constellations to become roadmap? Expect that celestial bodies will have an allegiance to them, expect to become supernova. Men have carried gravity on their shoulders because it is what they have always done, carry their own weight. My moonbeam, You have always taken pain on the chin, slung Orion's belt over your shoulder, and wielded your sword of silence, put your burden on battlegrounds and hope no one would ever discover your trials, because anything other than barbaric hunting would mean standing still. And stillness means surrender. But what if I told you there wasn't someone light years away who sees you, who wants to be your armor of strength, who will cosmically orbit your enemies just to protect your name? There is someone who recognizes the dark matter you hide, who would travel every universe to remind you that this mission isn't yours to do alone, because we know too many have been lost in space, floating, allowing the wormholes to take over, hoping the Big Bang will come back so they don't have to feel the void any longer. When you think you've lost your light, we will be your Polaris, guiding you through your darkness, helping map the way back to yourself. We will be your nebula, a birthplace to the stars you ate. Help you rebuild home, even if it means gathering the dust you left behind after your collapse. And when they tell the astronomy of your tale, whether in history books or not, it will be said you championed, slayed every extraterrestrial threat, but more importantly, it will say someone saw you, allowed you not to hide, so you, warrior of the sky, could dance for infinity and beyond.
Back to the homie Megan. Thank you. See, we had this synced up because she did a poem about stars, and I had a Mario thing going on. She knew what was up. All right, guys, we hit the wait list. So you know what that means. Not only do we have 4 additional lovely poets that are going to be here, but we're also closer to the main event of LHS. There's that. All right, so on deck, gonna have homie Ray. But this next poet is here to defend the right of all the siblings who had their controllers unplugged and were told that they were playing. So let's give a round of applause for Teddy.
I find that introduction particularly funny because my older brother is here. I'm the youngest of the family, so just dropping that. He's up next, by the way. So, it's been quite a while since I've been to one of these open mics. The last time I was here was before we moved from Mill City. So, excuse me, Mill number 5. So, this isn't very new. I've read this once before, but I figured I might drop it.
Reheated.
Yeah, reheated. Let's go with that.
Reheated shit.
All right, this one's called Turpentine. 3 years ago, I watched a man get dragged away screaming by a rotting creature, and I did nothing to stop it. My eyes break open to a stinging feeling as the waking world fades into place. I'm not sure what day it is, but I decide that today is the day. I'm gonna leave my blurry room and see the Fine Arts Museum. I rend myself from my bed, I eat, I shower, I dress, a ritual both familiar and unfamiliar. I step outside and the sun assaults my eyes. The oak tree in my yard is still covered in rust. I can't tell if the rust has gotten worse or not. Onto the sidewalk, I begin my journey. The concrete is shattered like glass, but it's still a sidewalk, so I use it. As I pass through the neighborhood, I see a man digging a grave in his own yard. I can't read the headstone, and neither can he. He pays no mind to me. He just keeps digging. Just keep walking. I step onto the temporary bridge. It's been temporary for 60 years now. It'll fall any day now, surely, but I keep walking on it anyways. I cross from the ramshackle metal to the fractured concrete. Rivets held today, I suppose. On the side of the road lies that rotting deer carcass, in the same place it has always been. Looks the same as yesterday. And the day before, it looked the same as the day before that. I guess you don't really notice the rot. Finally,
I've made it to the museum. It's been so long since I last came here. Looks both familiar and unfamiliar. I give some cash to a lady at the front of the desk. She doesn't have a face, so we don't talk. She gives me a ticket, and I go off to the gallery. Gallery hall is massive. Ceilings sit 50 feet up in the air. Its length extends 100. Both walls are covered top to bottom in countless portraits. I don't recognize a single one of them. I observe them for a long time. I go from one to the next, trying to find one I connect with. None of them see me, though. Their eyes stare someplace I can't see. Why won't they look at me? Their faces are drooping. Their skin seems to have gone loose. Why won't they look at me? Their faces are melting. Why didn't I notice? The paint is drooling down the walls like melted wax. Why didn't they scream? The 50-foot wall of portraits is now a river of liquefied faces. It's too late for them to scream. I flee, out of the tomb of the melting faces and back on the path of shattered concrete, past the unmoving carcass. It's decayed more than yesterday. Past the temporary bridge, its rivets are turning to dust. Past the grave-digging man, one day he will bury himself. Past the rust-infested oak, I think it's going to fall. Back in my room, I slam the door and pound my fists on the bed to a blurry room. But for now, I will scream until my throat is laid. Tomorrow, I will forget it all and rot a little more. 3 years ago, I watched a man get dragged away screaming by a rotting creature. That man being dragged away was me, the rotting creature too, and I did nothing to stop it.
Thank you for the photos. We like that. Well, we love seeing you back, Teddy. Thank you for coming back to us. All right, guys, we're on the wait list now. So we're just gonna crash right through. On deck, it's gonna be the homie Amber. But this next homie has been outed as the brother who unplugged the controller, his younger brother, and said that he was playing. So you can either give a round of applause for Ray, or you can boo him, I guess, if you want. But make some noise for the homie Ray.
Yeah, I definitely did unplug the controller. It is what it is. It is what it is. You all know how it is. I've been writing a lot about driving lately because I've worked 3 years night shift, so I did a lot of driving in the dark. This one I did a couple Untitled ago. Refined it since. American Sleepwalking. I'm going 70 on 120. It's near 4 a.m. and I got off work an hour ago. My car's playing American folk songs, and I'm too busy thinking to sing along to it. Winter storm warning, February 22nd. On an orange glowing sign, it's the only color out here. A lot of news about hardship lately. About bad folks wearing a lot of vests, wearing a lot of guns, doing all this stuff around town. They're not out this late. They're not out this late, and that's all right by me. This late at night, Boston city lights bounce off the overcast sky and make all the lower mist glow. And that mist floats up from behind the trees like some icy wild. And I did a lot of driving up in the foggy mountains before this place got real cold. Times aren't good, but good people, bad people, and every person in between is telling me that it's all part of the plan. And I can't help but agree. I turn onto Route 3 and I see the corporate HQ. Its huge white glowing sign is going for nobody to see, using up all that power for no one to see it. I'm still going 70. Cops don't care this late unless you're clearly drunk. If I just kept, I could be in the mountains by dawn. I could wait all this out. I could wait until it gets warm again. There's no cell service up there, and she said she'd call soon. It's 7 p.m. for her right now, way out where she's at. It's a lot warmer there. I'm not worried about us. The State of the Union makes it hard to feel sure about anything these days. She doesn't end up calling me, but that's all right. Things came up. It's okay. She's real far away from this place. There's a lot of storms coming. February 22nd, 23rd, who knows how many more days after that. At least 4 more years of it. She's real far away from this place. And I think for right now, that's all right. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. I hope that you've learned a lesson since your childhood. All right, cool. We're cruising. Faith, Homie, you are on deck. But this next homie has an open Animal Crossing island, and the code is 358. Get a hand for Amber, everybody. Get a hand for Amber is what I said.
It's been a while since I've been here. I'm very nervous. I first just want to say, like, I'm blown away by the poetry tonight. So thank you so much for sharing. I had, oh, thank you. I had a poem prepared for y'all tonight, and then I was driving here and saw like a cute father-daughter moment, and then felt like, no, forget about the poem. I'm just gonna read something I wrote like 30 minutes ago. I don't know, like an hour ago. Okay. Father. The word feels foreign on my tongue. Fathers. People have them. I have one. But my father left before I had a face he could recognize. I used to believe my blood would become a magnet, slowly pulling my paternal grandparents towards me, maybe eventually. But they lived into their 80s, and they let the last drop of blood leave their bodies without ever having called me. 80 plus birthdays passed without the thought of me interrupting the celebration enough to matter. I am a tadpole, too small to disrupt the water I came from. I search the back of my hand and wonder whose freckles these are, or who these eyes belong to. Instead of answers, I only find more anger. My mother says my father is fighting dragons, too big to back down from. But those same dragons found my address, unpacked themselves inside my chest, settled in and made a mess, and I got the fuck up anyway. I feel them beat against my bone. Remind me no matter where I am, I'm never truly at home. And every day they formulate another way to make me break, to pull at my fingertips the way they did my father's. And still I stay. I stay. I stay. Even in unbearable pain, I stay, and I will not break. I will not be broken down, no matter how uncomfortable. Whether I am too much or not nearly enough, I will stay. I will become my father's dragon slayer, so my son will never become my dragon's tamer.
We love when inspiration comes like just out of the blue like that. So thank you. Thank you for fresh shit. Guys, we are just about done. We got a quick working section after this, and then we're gonna get right on to our main event. So I won't delay any further. Marion, friend, you were gonna be on deck. But this next homie is the manager of the little cloud guys that pick up the cart when it falls off the track in Mario Kart. So she's the one that kind of like controls that fleet and like gets them, with the little things. Let's give a hand for Faith, everybody.
I haven't been here for a very long time. I told my therapist what she wanted to hear, but put in this poem what I wanted to say, and that's I'm tired. I feel overworked, yet like I haven't worked at all since my bank account seems to always be empty. Is that from the bills, food, water, or gas? I really couldn't tell you. All that I know is it's gone and not coming back. Only for me to be in the same cycle for the rest of my life. Honestly, I feel cheated. It wasn't supposed to be this hard. I thought that the whole goal was to make a simple life for your children, yet how many immigrants came here only to realize that what they had hoped was simply that, hope. It wasn't real. It was a delusion sold to you, but that's only a fraction of the things going on in my head. It's like a brainstorm in there. Except the flashy lightning is replaced by speeding thoughts, the crashing rumble with the splitting headache. I'm supposed to trust the process when due process continues to fail. Smile and nod to not offend any egos. Keep calm with the low voice to not cause a scene. Why are there so many rules for only a few select players? But those are other things I have to worry about next session, if there is one. Because I think after this one, my therapist is done. In fact, I think she might go ahead and book herself one. I mean, here I am rambling about the things that are happening now and only getting worse. I think I have her worried because she's staring directly at me, yet her hand hasn't stopped writing. If anything, she'll be able to write a book about me. And who knows, I might inspire a new unsub for criminal minds. I mean, is it crazy to just say that I'm crazy? Because at least if I get put in some facility, that's free Wi-Fi, no bills and no gas. Since I don't have to leave, I mean, hey, therapist, I feel like we're at a standstill. Not really sure what to do next. You could stop writing and pick up the phone, but that means you'd have ignored the 6 other teens that came to you with the same midlife crisis, the ones you told not to worry because they're so young and still have so much time. So you look at me and smile, but I can tell it's fake because it's with your teeth and not your eyes. Then you say that everything will be okay, and for a moment I believe you. Until you rip your piece of paper and hand it to me saying, how will you be paying for your bill today?
Thank you, Faye. We love having you back. Yeah, that was great. And Faye, I believe you graduated a little high by this point, right? So that's an alumni. Building the foundation for what they have now. Goes without saying, fuck ICE. Shout out to NPR and PBS getting their funding back. We love that. With that being said, we got our last homie on the wait list before our working section. And this homie controls the 2 gloves, Master Hand and Crazy Hand, Smash Bros. Games. So let's give a round of applause for Marion, everybody.
It's some new shit.
New shit?
It's called Shit Hollywood Left Out. He said, follow your dreams, and later you will think he knew you wouldn't be there when you did. But the house you built is perfect. You told us all how you planted flowers and painted over the cracks. You never mentioned when he stopped doing evil things. Or when the storm came and he didn't fix the roof. It doesn't need to happen now, he said. You won't mention the decades of cracks and conversations that didn't need to happen until suddenly they all needed to have already happened. You'll say only that you are like identical puzzle pieces, omitting that you mean the kind that break a little more each time you try to make them fit. You will say only that you never saw it coming as the foundation crumbled and you with it. Later, you'll say you haven't talked because not calling sounds better than not calling because saying goodbye again will break you. You tell them you haven't seen him, omitting that you look in doorways, on the street, in your driveway, in every place he'll never be again. You search like someone who lost their glasses. Alone in the dark, in the middle of the day, because to everyone else you are the same, only you know, now that you can't unsee it, what's missing. You will not be able to tell them because you will not yet understand that you are grieving not for him, but for the version of you who could stand still with him. You will say only that you are keeping busy. You know from too many years before that to those who've never drowned, it looks a lot like swimming from a distance. You're going to be okay, they'll say over and over, as if okay is the goal, as if they could possibly not know that there was so much more to be had than okay. And then they will tell you you are strong, in a tone that says they think this helps, in a tone that says you had a choice. You will resist the urge to ask when that moment of decision was. Perhaps you missed it. Preoccupied by your father and then your brother and your mother, you must have missed when they said door one happy and you chose strong. But you have been through so much worse, they say over and over, as if perhaps the deaths that nearly killed you may have slipped your mind. You will resist the urge to ask if perhaps they'd let you slice them open, good and deep, and let it bleed, only to stitch them up and repeat, this time a millimeter shallower, just so they too can decide if this indeed hurts less, like those without scars swear it must. You will resist the urge to tell them their band-aid is a little small for your bullet hole, and you've been bleeding for a while now on the white carpet of their expectations because you actually no longer want to be strong. You are, in fact, fine being happy for a change. You will not be able to tell them because you will not yet understand that thing they call strong, that thing they call depth. It is indeed deep, a vast, cavernous canyon carved by years of shovelfuls of losses, one on top of another and another, none hurting less than the last. Instead, with each heap of fresh pain, a wound reopening, the hurt compounding, you healing a little less quickly. They seem to think this canyon has made you wise and deep and indestructible. They will never understand, but one day you will. It actually just means you have further to fall to hit bottom.
Give it up to the poet, everyone. So, we did it. We got through the open mic.
Yeah!
We're at the working section. So, working section is just when we give our fellow co-contributors, co-hosts, who do stuff for us at Low Poetry Reel, give them a chance to share some poetry too. And I wasn't gonna share, but I think I'm gonna share.
Yeah!
Share.
Got some old shit. It's really, really short.
Really short old shit.
Really short old shit. Minor content warning for fictional death. Today I woke up. The plane crashed. I'm upside down. I unbuckle myself and run from the fire that begins to spread. I leave the plane and come face to face with the ghost. The ghost smiles. He points back at the plane, and that's when I see it. That's when I see my body. Thank you. So let's welcome some other of my fellow and amazing co-hosts up here. And this first amazing human I want to welcome is responsible for our weekly roundups and our posting on Instagram. I mean, if you do have an Instagram, why don't you reel on Instagram? And if you look at our story, there's a bunch of story posts being updated like around the clock. I'd like to welcome Angie to the stage. Give it up for the post.
I also have been on sabbatical, and the sabbatical is just my bed. But fun fact, and thank you, Megan, for reading your space poem, because maybe like an hour ago there was a shuttle launch, and the Artemis is in space, and in about 2 hours is officially the full moon, in case anyone cares about that. And I'm really excited for tonight's feature. And if you're the feature, come see me. This is called Pancakes. Content warning for racial shit. It's not that I don't like pancakes, it's that Papi made French toast. Something so much less prep. I watched him batter eggs with cinnamon and milk, watched him coat Sunbeam on both sides, let it soak and cook it till it became custard. Papi never added too much sugar, never sweetened words to help you swallow, never mistook intention for impact, but look at how I lie. Look at how I romanticize my father's ability to think first, to pause before speaking, and I wonder what the fuck that's like. To not be in a hurry to say how you feel, to remain calm and just observe. Friday, I told my sister I'm practicing this more, that when my coworker joked about ice, I sat quiet. Not out of threat, but more out of, like observation. I'm just noticing, for sure in this moment that she's not safe. And she prays to a God for forgiveness every time she says something about poverty, something about poor folk, or the reckless, or the endangered, or the without, or the intentionally without, like the Puerto Ricans. The real Borincans, who are on a sacred island being stolen from them, and them having no option but to go to New York and Kissimmee and Hawaii and all these places sound like something beautiful until you realize you fucking see them there too. You see the same fucking white lady, same blonde hair, same blue eyes, same bad posture, because she hates herself, but she carves up just enough space to hate you too. She says she's your ally, says things like, we're a family and we're in this together. All while complaining about Cory Booker and AOC. And let me make things clear. It's not that he's not a fucking mess, Cory Booker, like fuck that guy. But it's just that there are worse people, like people who say things like PR needs to be a state already. People who say things like, what fucking Indians? People who really believe that this country is there and they never fucking stop to dig their hand in the soil or the clay. They never put their fucking ear to listen to the moss, to listen to the elders, and they never just stop and they don't have a fucking elder to hear them say stop. You flip the toast now. It's perfect.
Right. So the next people I'm going to invite for this working section, it's going to be a combo, combination. Yeah, two of my fellow co-hosts, my friends Ricky and Mike. Yeah. Yeah. Come on up here.
So surprised.
Oh man,
We didn't know this was happening.
yeah. Everyone in the front row left for us. No, what a shame. Yo, we're really excited about our lovely feature, but let's do another round of applause for the open mic. That open mic was fire. So, we love that. We're going to add a little variety. Mike and I are going to hold hands, but before we do that, we're looking for a couple of words for this improv piece that we're going to do together. Mike needs 2 words. I need 2 words. Okay. Just shout them out. Shout them out first. I heard Yoshi Volcano for me. That's me.
I heard Mario at one point. I'm sorry, what was that? Pickled carrots, great.
You got your 2?
I guess.
All right, I need 1 more from me.
You got Volcano Yoshi.
But that's hyphenated.
What?
Cornbread.
Cornbread. Great.
Yoshi
All right, you remember?
Yeah, sure.
And then we need a question to start us off, an easy question.
Easy question. Where you going?
Where are you going?
Is a question that I've often not thought of, but also acted on.
The act of traveling from one space to another space is a magic trick, a disappearing act where you find yourself in a new home.
Home is not a place where you stay forever, but a place that you make your own.
Have you ever made a science project blow up a volcano, Yoshi'd itself into a new level? Where are we going with this?
That's a good question. And I've reflected on that question in addition to what can be pickled, like carrots. Can they be pickled? Pickled carrots?
Did you know that cucumbers and pickles are the same thing wearing a different costume? When you crack open an egg, what erupts is another you waiting to be born.
Like a second life, a mini Mario in your hand, reborn from a Yoshi's egg.
When you ever walk and bump your head on a yellow brick, thinking it was a cornbread, there is a pickle inside of you, waiting to be unsoured.
Wahoo! It's a me, the pickle man.
And we find ourselves asking the same question. Where are we going?
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen. That was amazing. Oh, man. So that's our working section, guys, which means it is time for the Lowell High School Poetry Slam. And I know. And we have some, I hear it, little birdie told me, we have some surprise co-hosts for the slam. I can't believe it, but I can. I'm going to welcome Chris and Jamar to the stage, please.
Welcome to Dragonfly and to the Lowell High School poetry thing. Yeah. I just got a couple words to say about the Lowell High School poetry team. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. The competition down in Boston was really something. I ended up I had to make a pickup team because I was unfortunately hit by a car. Not funny. Just kidding. I joke about it all the time. Don't worry about it. So I had to make a pickup team within a week and make a whole poem, a group piece, and everything with my partner right here. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Anyways, but yeah, they're amazing people. I'm glad that they gave me a chance to make a team and perform in Boston. And I also want to thank Jeremiah for giving me a spot for Brave New Voices. Can we get a round of applause for Jeremiah? Thank you. Also, we got a poem. What? Yeah, we got a poem. Do you guys want to hear it? Oh, we got Oh, good. I forgot we had a poem. Oh, man. This guy, man. Yo, I'm your partner. How dare you? You this guy, I tell you, every time it's a new thing. Get a position. I got you.
I was born royalty by my father, who left his kingdom abandoned. My bloodline is a mystery. I have his nose, his eyes, his voice. I'm a reflection of what he left behind. I never knew him to begin with. To me, my father is a character in a story I never had to read.
My father ruled with thunder instead of wisdom, carried his crown. His crown heavy with shadows I refused to inherit. My mother taught me gentle restraint. How kindness can guard walls better than fear. I carry her lesson like a light in my hands. Like a prophecy, I promised that my power would not be used to will. I learned there's no reason to raise your sword to your queen. I armor myself with safety, silently standing watching over a kingdom that learns storms to burn.
My father is a character of fantasy. I imagine us somewhere saving princesses and becoming a king from their family.
I had no guide, no hero waiting at the end of the page, so I filled it with hope and persistence. Wrote my own fairy tales from bedtime stories I was never told. My father leaves a trail of questions behind, banishes me from answers I deserve.
Did you ever wonder who became without you there? Why have other families and not stay with mine? Were we not good enough? Or were you not ready to stay? Was I meant to learn strength from your absence?
For years, I watched you weaponize your love to protect your own dragons. Instead, you accepted a dungeon over our home. A castle filled with what could have been love cursed with darkness.
I didn't ask for this quest to be the next in a line of succession. I just wanted the freedom not to be seen as you, to know that I wasn't a second-hand successor to a throne you never wanted.
I hoped you would come back to the ruins of your wreckage, but you never did. You were a monster bearing a crown of a king, a myth I no longer believe in. So I'll become the next king, rebuild the walls that was once burned down by your hands, treat my people with passion, not fear. Because a true king doesn't leave when his people need him, doesn't bare his teeth at the people he loves. A true king is someone you'll never be, someone I'll write into existence. Once upon a time, a king who loves himself to love others, to become a better man. Oh shit! To keep writing his story, to become a better man, a better prince, a better king,
and he lives happily ever.
I started a little bit, but we don't talk about that. None of this leaves, all right? Yeah, I'm talking to you guys as well. Yeah, to the camera. You didn't hear none of that. All right. Coming up next, we got my favorite poet. I love this man so much. Give it up for Brady!
I got some new shit for you guys. Yep, so you can only blame me if it's really bad, because no one else proofread it. Alright. This is called I Wear Many Hats. If you know me, you know I wear many hats. Beanies, baseball caps, festive wear, but I always make room for scally caps. A reminder of my culture from which my ancestors derived. A reminder of my roots. A symbol of something that I grow ever more disconnected with year after year. Maybe I wear many hats because I want to cover my roots. Maybe I wear many hats because my culture looks better in gray or green and black than in red. I wear many hats, that of a brother, a first-generation college student, an aspiring lawyer, an aspiring poet, a friend, a teammate. Some hats I haven't earned yet. A potential lover, potential leader, potential, but never certain. But still, I have to anticipate them coming. Yet still, they can never get my size right. They can never get the material I wanted for the hat I asked for. And I see other people wearing the same hats just fine. And have to ask how. How do they switch so candidly between roles like they were rolling stones? How do they float in stressful waters while my hats only weigh me down? Am I wrong? Why do I keep falling? Then I wake up deep in the stressful waters. All my hats float off my head, and then I'm nothing. What am I if I'm not the person who wears a lot of hats? My hair follicles haven't felt ocean water in a minute. Years of being crushed by the hats I have to wear. The hats I have to wear because of those who wore the same hats before me. Aren't I supposed to do the same? Passed down over years, my hats only serve to add on, never remove. New ones coming in, but I never ordered them myself. I didn't want more. I already have enough as is. Given to me from my family as a gift. They gave me these because they had no life preserver to give, and they thought these would be more helpful. That's what their family did before them. As a kid, I always said I liked to wear hats, and now I've lost them. Scattered on the surface above me while I'm struggling to breathe. Still, I swim up. I look at my hats floating in the water adrift, off my head for the first time since who knows when. I pick them all back up, but I don't plan on wearing them all at once. Some of them never fit me anyway.
Me again. So that was beautiful.
Yeah.
I love your hats. I was laughing because something that this kid showed me, but I did.
Not a kid. Learned about it. Nimrod.
Anyways, up next we got a short king. Give it up for my boy Chris. Trigger warning.
Death. There's a bunch of common black family archetypes. The gossiping aunties, gathering grandmas, and the showing fuck uncles. Who stay on the right path, but make fun of you. One uncle of mine was Gary. He liked to party. He was always there to save me, like a bear saving its cubs. He was the sun. He was always so warm, so comedic, his comical relief. Amazing. He told me he would take me to Haiti. Ain't it crazy? A little boy from Lynn seeing a place so filled with life, it's branded on the world. So full of culture, it's implanted into people's minds. A fairy tale place I call home. Something you don't get to see often. Then he died. 48. A mind full of wonders, a mind so young, so new. A mind truly ready for this new world. They took him away from me. I didn't cry a single tear. Not one. I say I loved him, yet when somebody you love dies, you're supposed to cry. He would give you the world without a second thought. His presence was so warm. His words were so comedic. So tell me, why didn't I cry? You're supposed to cry, right? You're supposed to cry when somebody you love dies. So answer my question. Please tell me, why didn't I cry? I say I loved him, but I didn't cry. So please answer my question. Did I really shed no tears?
I dropped my card. Sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna let Chris take this one over.
Right here, this boy right here. This boy got injured by a car and still moving around right now. I got you, my one, my only, Joe
got something I wrote a while ago. Here we go. You see, I grew up without you. It felt your absence like a bruise that never faded. You weren't a father. You were a threat. Lurking in the corners of my childhood, I needed you. And you chose violence instead, chose fists over family. I watched you hit my mother, but my hands were too small to do a damn thing about it. The type of helplessness that carves itself into a kid forever. You stole safety from our home, turned love into fear and fear into routine. You taught me early that men like you destroy what they're supposed to protect. Don't ask me where I was raised. I raised myself, learned strength from survival, but not from you. Every scar, every sleepless night, every ounce of rage in my chest has your fingerprints on it. And you were never there when I was breaking, never there when I needed a father, and now you don't get to show up after the damage is done. Your absence is lighter than your presence ever was. I'm everything you failed to be. And I stand here, whole, angry, and alive without you. Oh, okay. Well, this was it for the pickup team. We had a little bit more, but unfortunately, we had to call off. But coming up next is someone I love dearly, and also asked me a question: what does WYA mean? Obviously means where you at, right? Where you at? Where's your address? Oh, it means where your address. Sorry. Anyways, give it up for Miss Cole.
Okay, so for reference, I put all the cool kids are at Dragonfly. Where you at? And so I had to clarify because I can't embarrass myself, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So I am. Let me get comfy there. I'm Shelby Coe. I'm the coach of the Lowell High Slam team. So my heart is like unbelievably full because this is our third time winning in a row, which is pretty awesome. So, and I honestly think like the fact, because people have been like, Shelby, you're great with kids, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, it's the fact that the culture that the kids have with each other, like we're like a family, the fact that it can last like years and years and years to like have this success and safety, like that's really a testament to them. So like shout out to the kids, genuinely. So anyone who knows me, I'm unbelievably emotional all the time. I love my kids so much. I am an only child and I don't have kids of my own, so like this is the best I have. So I wanted to start with a poem that's not my own that I've just been thinking about a lot this year when it comes to them. And so this is by a little poet named Sarah Kay, and it's called Worth Celebrating. It is possible to make an educated guess of how many hours you have left with your friends. I don't recommend the calculus, but the math is waiting for you. What a fluke that so many of the people I love most chose the same city to live in. I know how lucky it makes me, and though nobody wants to say it, it is temporary. Someone's career will pull them westward, will want a real backyard for a baby or dog, will no longer be able to afford this unbearable rent on an artist's salary. Even if we stick it out, someone will be first to let the friendship stale. We'll stop answering calls. Someone too must be the first to die. In the meantime, I suggest we fill our pockets with picnics and potlucks, phone calls and photographs and songs we know in 4-part harmony. I recommend all of our favorite New York City holidays. Barista remembers you by name day. Baby waves at you on the subway day. Owl or hawk spotted in the park day pink week, when all the trees that have been quiet all winter go full cotton candy. Did you know Someone has kept track of which humans have survived the highest falls without a parachute and the unfathomable distances they fell. The secret is that the majority survived. By accident of good fortune, they landed on snow. Most underestimated of weather, tiniest, fragile memories of water, but together impenetrable. Snow, which can mean blindness or burial, can also, it turns out in some cases, mean pillow. Or if not pillow, then at least one more cushion than casket, more blanket than grave. I am trying to wash the dishes and listen to my favorite sound on earth. My friends laughing around the table in the next room. And I know it isn't forever, and I know it is selfish, but I hope we are gathered around the table when the phone rings, when the water rushes in. Thank you. So I had a poem when I first started doing all of this. Hi, John. Oh, you can hang. He's cool. He's a cool kid. He's at Dragonfly Cafe. So I had a poem when I first started all of this that used a Portuguese word, and if I say it wrong, I'm super sorry. But saudade, say it, and it means like to miss something before it's gone. And so most of this year, you can find me at home crying, playing Hannah Montana on my ukulele. You'll be with me wherever I go because I'm already emotional. And like, they've got 7 weeks, those seniors, and let them try to leave me.
Or she'll call you playing the SpongeBob song.
This is a true story. I played that song for Jomar. Rip pants. Okay. Can I do my second poem? Yeah. I mean, do you care?
Yes, I can.
Better. Okay. All right. All right. This is called My High School Drama Teacher Observes My Classroom. I have some notes, Nan says. Before we even start, tongue out, laugh, belly forward, she enters 713 with hands on her hips and takes a seat. This is no CO9, I tell her. She smiles, ready to take in my performance. I remember what she taught me. Lead with honesty, keep it light, guide them, and step away. Her spotlight is as warm as it is intense. My stage fright kicks in. I forget my lines, but I can improvise. I entered this profession at 17 in my high school auditorium. That year, you wouldn't let us do rent. There's so much more time for heaviness. Stay kids as long as you can. I understand now. That death is not to be romanticized. Struggle shouldn't be made into shower curtain skirts and cursory performances of trembling hands and chapped lips. She's dying in this scene. Nan pulls us into CO9 and delivers her lines. Cancer. Less than a year. Don't cry for me. I don't have the answers. For how to say goodbye to high school, to prepare for the real world, I put on my costume, backdrop draped over me like a cap and gown and curtain call. Her voice projects, fills the room, tell my story, make it bigger. So I try. I teach, I write, I perform. Do you see me from all the way back there, up there? Are you proud? I remember your classroom by heart, tried to embody your character. I am silly and strong-willed. An advocate for the underdogs, the trees in the back of the stage, ride scooters in the hallway like the time you stole my bike and flew down the seaway. You made your classroom safe for everyone, gave us solace and red velvet seats with creaky hinges, that kind of black box intimacy where you can see everyone's faces but know everyone like family. Maybe it's the Laramie, Wyoming painted window where we could dream of something bigger than the suburban Massachusetts for a small duration of play, to find the truth and tragedy for the reason we create at all. My kids. I love them so much. Started a poetry club. They're really good. Do you hear them? They sound a little like you. When class is over, you clap. We take a photo before I wash off the makeup, frame the memory by my desk to remember. Before you were sick, you said, Shelby fully appreciates everything. She deserves all the good and adventure, which is to say you have taught me to see the art in everything. The beauty in la vie boheme, the life of an artist. I lay roses at your feet. Thank you for the lessons, the little talks. I ask, won't you stay just a little longer? She says, I was already here. the whole time. Thank you. Okay, so here is the lovely Jomar back. Do you want to introduce him? You want to introduce them together?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
All right, so while he's pulling that up, this is our team, like our official Lowell High Slam team that we brought to competition. You're gonna hear 4 poems from our set and a bonus, because we love a surprise.
Yeah.
So first up, would you like to say things?
This poet, or these poets, sorry. Well, 1, you already met. 2, they gave me their spot. 3, they're beautiful. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for Jeremiah and Julina.
Are we starting? Like, are we gonna talk?
Oh, we first gotta give that warning.
Oh yeah, but like besides that.
It gets to you, but we did.
Okay, guys, it took him a month to get the performance. Oh yeah. Also, trigger warning for suicide.
Just for a moment.
Pay close attention. If I could go back in time, that's what I would do better.
No matter how hard I stared at you, I never noticed the signs. Too oblivious to the cold in your eyes. So much talk about how great life is that.
Say it's a beautiful day.
Yet you never truly felt that way. Floating through rooms like a ghost.
Actions without purpose.
Your body is here, but you're not with it. Each day, just another to get through. 10.
You left your head on your desk longer than usual in algebra. Said you were just tired. Needed a nap, so I left you alone for the rest of the day. 9.
Take the tray. Pause as you search for somewhere to eat. You are not welcome in the open seat at that table. You find yourself sitting alone at the edge of another. 8.
You stopped getting lunch. Stopped asking for bites of mine. You say math makes you lose your appetite. Joke, it's best to keep your shape. I miss the sounds of your real laugh.
7. Skipping classes that used to give that hint of dopamine. The one where constant conversation flowed like water, yet the well has run dry. 6.
Your walk those programs. Paying too much attention to your shoes, your head looks heavy on your shoulders.
I wish I'd said something. Could have helped you carry that weight. Instead, I stayed silent.
Walking past with you like nothing happened, like I didn't notice. But the only thing that felt real from you all day was when you joked about killing yourself last period, like I wasn't wondering whether or not you were joking, if I'm reading too much into it, if I'm even wearing enough, maybe I'd ask you at 5.
Your smile does not reach your eyes, no longer bare your teeth for your friends to see. Laughter does not taste good on your tongue. 4.
Another day without seeing you at school. I thought of texting you, instead I let my bubble fade away. I wonder if you're watching. I figured if you needed something, you would have reached out.
You could have reached out. 3, 2, 1. I couldn't know what you were feeling that day. Maybe it was acceptance that today was your last. Maybe in the back of your head, death scared you back to life.
The image is flashing through your mind too much. So you lay in your bed.
Waiting for dinner.
Waiting for sleep.
Waiting for a moment to try it again. How long did it take for you to notice? To know I am here to be your rock.
When the tides become too strong and you feel like drowning,
let me be your anchor. I'll hold you here for a moment.
For as long as it takes.
Because you're worth every minute. I wish you didn't have to wait to hear these words. To know someone cares.
That you matter.
That I am glad you're here.
I really hope that Dragonfly Cafe has a fire extinguisher because that was straight heat. God, it is hot. Stop. Up next, we got my best friend who sucks at Siege a whole lot. Give it up for Nicholas! Yeah, yeah! Yeah, boy!
I didn't know we were the same height. Like greatness. I'm gonna share a poem about it's about the army. My dad was in the army. It's about like me wanting to be like him, and you know, yeah. You'll hear it. You'll hear it.
Come on, go ahead.
Nicholas James Park, an Army infantry soldier, joined in 2007, was later stationed in the Korangal Valley of Afghanistan. There, he learned to fight for his country, his family, both broken, but still worth defending. My dad was deployed when I was born. He loved me from miles away, collected the shrapnel of missed moments like pieces of strength scattered across the face of the mountains. I could still see his eyes when I wrapped my arms around his legs so he wouldn't leave us again. My hero became honorably discharged. To become caretaker, become father, told me bedtime stories of the 101st Airborne Division. I imagine him flying when he tells me these stories that I'm so fascinated by, but I'm too young to understand. Infantry, front lines, air assault, that in the blink of an eye, you could crash down. Instead of playing catch, I learned how to clear rooms. We secured areas like he secured our future together. Learn to pay attention to your surroundings. Make sure there's no one trying to harm us. When you leave the wire, nobody back home exists. So my grandma made a heaven for my sister and I, when my dad was in hell, living in a Humvee in the heart of Kandahar city where they shot rockets and mortars through the air. So I listen to the ones he's still brave enough to say out loud. I hear them whistle through the story like a reckoning. A veteran retires his uniform to the back of his closet. I never asked to see it, but I know what the unwashed belt looks like. And there are days where he doesn't want to talk about it, moments where he hides his pain in the back of his eyes, his mind full of things I may never know. Yet, I tell him I love him. I thank him for his service, for every day he takes care of us when it's too hard to get out of bed because of the people he sees in our basement, because of the nightmares that still keep him up at night. And when I question the country he fought for, I know it wasn't the country he fought for, but for the family we rebuilt from the front lines.
Yes.
I am Nicholas James Park Jr., born in Blanchfield Army Community Hospital into an unstable nation, but with his bravery all my life. I continue his legacy, honor the oath, retell the stories of my father's sacrifices in Operation Enduring Freedom, serving for the safety of those I love. As a new Army recruit, I promise to become a protector of hope.
Do you guys smell that? That straight, like, chef in the kitchen? Damn. It smells like a good mac and cheese. Anyways. Coming up next. Don't worry, girl. I see you. Coming up next is this wonderful poet. If she really tried, she would throw me out a window. Because she is that queen. Give it up for Julina. Come on, get up here.
Keep on clapping.
Go forward.
Wait, miss, am I too close? Guys, am I too close?
Good.
Closer. Wait, but.
Eat the mic.
Is that okay, guys?
Yeah.
She's mine. It's your future. Okay.
Go forward.
She is the beauty in all that is unique, the wonder in all that is confusing. She is glitter on carpeted floors, everlasting. This is an ode to girlhood. To freshly dyed hair that stained my pillowcases while I slept. Sparkle eyeshadow and flip phone lip gloss put up to my ears to see if someone would answer. To how I remember the days spent playing pretend with my sisters. Sleepovers sharing one mattress, and faking sleep when our parents checked on us. The princess DVDs in the background could not be heard over our giggles. To believing in magic, playing mermaids in the tub and thinking spells in mason jars full of glitter and bird feathers will turn my shoulder blades from bone to fairy wings. To being afraid of insects but telling butterflies I fly with them one day. To the security within my mother's embrace, and the minutes her fingers carefully wove my hair into French braids. Picked out knit dresses and bows so I could look cute in every picture I posed in. Of course, I did. To rosy cheek crushes on boys and love letters in messy handwriting. Notes passed around the class with "Will you be my Valentine?" written in sparkly gel pen. The glitter is how you know I like you. To fearing uncertainty but never understanding how curiosity could have killed the cat, so I'd test the limits anyways. I'll have strong opinions in a louder voice just to be told to be quiet. That I need to grow up, yet stay young for as long as you can, and being expected to digest and conform to all these expectations in one sitting, in one birthday. Like each year the candles will blow out as your spirits whispering away. Well, this is an ode to the girlhood I am not letting go of. To growing up and changing and still believing in unicorns anyways. Because girlhood does not end. She evolves. I hold on to her proudly and I will write her a poem. I will tell her, do not grow up too fast. Hold on to your whimsy. Her name written bold in sparkly gel pen. Girlhood. The glitter is how you know I like you.
Man, that was like music to my ears.
Yeah.
You gotta love the gel pen, bro. Come on, guys. Do you guys love the gel pen?
Yeah. I like that.
All right. Coming up next are my two favorite poets. Yeah, groupies. One of them still can't beat me in Siege. Besides the point. The other one can beat me in Siege, but she don't play video games. Give it up for Miss Cole and Nicholas. Yeah, booty.
Now I don't know what
What do you want, bro?